Obviously, we're in really uncertain times until November, right? But what if November wasn't the finish line? What if things are going to get more perilous come December and January?
Please proceed with caution. So as usual, my wife and I will tell you what nobody else will tell you, right?
The truth.
Everybody thinks this. Every American now, except unless you really got your head buried in the sand, thinks about how crazy things have been over the past few years. And every time we think it can't get crazier, it gets even crazier. Right now, we love the RV Odd Squad. Most of our audience RVs, right? We have a lot of families that full-time RV, and they're all telling us privately that they're really, really nervous about not just the next 64 days to the election, but the next 140 days until the inauguration.
Well, yeah, if you think things are going to get crazy come November, imagine what's going to happen December and January in the midst of the transition of power.
Right. Transition of power this year is January 20th. That's what the founders did. January 20th, unless it hits on a Sunday. Remember, our founders loved God. This whole country was built on God, which is one of the reasons we're so lost right now. They pushed God out of schools. They pushed God out of our institutions.
But regardless of your belief in God, one thing's for sure is that he's our only hope right now, because things are just nuts. I mean, look what happened to Aurora. Okay, guys.
Ugh.
My hometown, elementary, middle, high school, Aurora. I know Aurora like the back of my hand. I mean, I can get any place in Aurora blindfolded.
Did
right?
you ever think that Venezuelan gangs could go to Aurora, Colorado, where you grew up, and take over whole building complexes?
No, and here's what I think about that, is that if that can happen to my hometown, it can happen to yours. And what's really wild to me, guys, is just when things happen, they happen like that. You know, you don't even know you're sitting in a red letter day and boom, all of a sudden history is made.
That's why we're saying that's why we're saying it's so important to have a plan. Guys, if you're a full-time RVer, look at your next 6 months.
Yeah, not just 2.
Right, just take a really good look at where you're camping, how you're getting there. Your plan should be at least at minimum of 6 months out. You don't want to be near any populated areas. I would suggest you stay away from all cities, especially blue state cities.
Even your routes, okay? So let's say that you plan on sitting in the country, but you're going to go from this country to that country. Even your route in between should be crafted with care to avoid potentially dangerous situations. Unfortunately, the more populated, the more propensity for danger.
Our people tell us all the time. We RV Odd Squad members who full-time all over this country, they're thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are coming here for our election palooza.
Yeah.
For the election, about a week before and after. We're going to sit here and pray and that God guide us and direct us. Watch the results together. But what's crazy, and people don't understand, that when those results come in, one side is not going to accept the results. Quite frankly, if we're worried about what's coming this way right now until Election Day, we should really be concerned when it comes to that transition of power that's going to happen on January 20th. So we're telling the RV Odd Squad, we're telling our friends, the same things that we would tell our family members. We both have family members living in Colorado. Venezuelan gangs take over whole building complexes, the way they are under gunpoint. Why aren't the police going in? Why isn't the National Guard going in? America is a country of laws, and we ignore our own laws right now. Can you imagine 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, a Venezuelan gang taking over any building complex anywhere in America?
Would anyone tolerate that?
No one would tolerate that. And I know the police are itching to go in there and take care of this. Just don't think that we're coming from a place of fear. We know that God is in control of this whole thing. But it's those we love. It's the RV Odd Squad. It's people that follow us. We feel a responsibility to tell you the truth, even if it's an uncomfortable truth. And right now, we're not concerned about ourselves. We're set up. We're good. We're all set.
We planned,
right? All we're suggesting to you guys is you need to have a plan, not just to the election, but from the election to the inauguration day on January 20th. You got to have a plan. That's 4.5 months away, guys. And I would actually look at your schedule where you're traveling for the next 6 months. Who knows what's going to happen on Inauguration Day and what shape the country is going to be in. I don't know if you've been listening to some of our politicians, but it doesn't sound good.
They're not saying unifying things.
Then our country is so absolutely divided right now.
It's so sad.
So our message to you is just plan accordingly. You know, proceed with caution, guys. Please proceed with caution. Remember, this is not a fight of flesh and blood. This is a spiritual battle. You prepared yourself, you've prepared your family, you have plan A, plan B, and plan C. Pray for the best and plan for the worst. And that's all we're saying. We feel a responsibility to share that with you guys. We love you, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.